Top 10 Most Dangerous Cities in the United States. The United States is the land of the free and the home of the brave. But there are also some problems with violent crime in some parts of the country. Using statistics from the FBI, we measured and ranked our dangerous cities by the number of serious crimes recorded per 100,000 people in a year. Violent crimes include murder, manslaughter, assault, and robbery. Data from the past few years suggests that violent crime has been declining on average in the United States. New technologies are being used to help make urban areas safer, including real-time crime maps and gun detection software. But for now, here are the most dangerous cities in the United States. Number 10. Indianapolis, Indiana. Perhaps best known as the home of the Indy 500 motor race in the United States, Indianapolis has many museums and impressive green spaces. Unfortunately, it currently suffers from a high rate of violent crime, recording 1,333.96 violent crimes per 100,000 people in 2019. Steps are being taken to reduce the number of violent crimes committed. Initiatives like the Indiana Crime Guns Task Force, which targets the influx of firearms into the city, have begun to reduce violent crime rates in recent years. Number 9. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque is the most populous city in the state of New Mexico. It was founded as a Spanish colony in 1706 and became part of the United States in the mid-19th century. Apart from being one of the greenest cities in the country, it is also a city full of culture and history. Unfortunately, a violent crime rate of 1,369.1 for crimes per 100,000 people means Albuquerque is number 9 on our list. Between 2019 and 2023, the numbers continue to rise, with homicide rates increasing by nearly 19%. To combat these high crime rates, investments in technology have made more money available to local law enforcement. The app uses live mapping along with video surveillance and acoustic gunshot recognition technology to help police detect crime and reduce crime. Number 8. Stockton, California. The port city of Stockton is probably one of the lesser-known cities on our list. It has a relatively small population of about 320,000, but 1,414.56 violent crimes per 100,000 people put it at number 8 on our list of the most dangerous cities. The city went bankrupt in 2012, mainly due to plummeting property values and high unemployment due to the 2008 global financial crisis. As a result, the crime rate in the area increased. In recent years, initiatives such as additional taxes for policing and anti-gang programs have been implemented to help reduce crime and make streets safer. Number 7. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland is located in northeastern Ohio on the shores of Lake Erie. It is a major port on the St. Lawrence Seaway, relying on heavy industry and trade for economic prosperity. In recent years it has become more well-known for improving its healthcare and is one of the best hospitals in the world. Its violent crime rate is 1,556.76 per 100,000 people, placing it above the US national average. Recorded crimes have declined in recent years, but 2020 and 2021 saw a big jump in crime rates. This was attributed to rising poverty rates and the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on local police forces. Number 6. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. More than 500,000 people live in Milwaukee and it is one of the most ethnically diverse cities in the United States. It is also famous for beer and cheese, mainly through the many skilled brewers of mid-19th century Germany. However, the city's steady decline in population, not helped by a violent crime rate of 1,597.36 per 100,000 people, has made Milwaukee a less than ideal place to live. It is hoped that new investment and building developments across the city will bring people back and make this a desirable area to live in again. Number 5. Kansas City, Missouri. Besides being famous as the home of Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, Kansas City is best known for its barbecue and jazz music. Unfortunately, it's also drawing attention for its rising crime rate, with 1,724.31 violent crimes per 100,000 people in 2019. Most crimes in the city are on the rise, with homicide rates particularly alarming. To combat this, The Kansas City Police Department is working with other community agencies to help implement a citywide strategy to reduce crime and help people out of poverty, as well as address the various mental health issues that can lead to violence. Number 4. Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is considered the home of blues music and rock and roll, with Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash recording albums at the famous Sun Studios in the 1950s. It has a reputation as one of America's most violent cities, with nearly 400 homicides recorded in 2023. That's a rate of 63 homicides per 100,000 residents. Poverty levels are high in Memphis, and police funding has been cut, resulting in a violent crime rate higher than the national average. However, their hope is that new federal funding and a program known as their Violent Crime Initiative will help turn the city around and make it a safer place to live. Number 3. Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore is an important port city in Maryland and the state's economic center, thanks to a thriving port at the mouth of the Patapsco River, a major center for the import and export of cars and coal. For some of us at least, Baltimore is perhaps most famous for being the setting of the American crime drama series The Wire. With 2,027.01 violent crimes recorded a year per 100,000 people, the reality of life in this city isn't a million miles from the television version for some. New strategies implemented by the mayor in 2021, such as treating violent crime as a public health problem, have dramatically reduced crime, meaning the future looks more positive for city residents. Number 2. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit was once a thriving industrial city, famous for its automotive output, historic architecture, and Motown records. But when US automakers began losing competition from imports in the 1970s and 1980s as the industry declined, Detroit was hit the hardest. Between 1950 and 2015, the city's population fell by a staggering 63%. As a result of widespread unemployment and rising poverty, violent crime reached a rate of 56.67 violent crimes per 100,000 people by 2019. However, the city has begun to recover with rising wages, lower poverty levels, and declining crime rates. It comes as Detroit enjoys a reputation for a strong financial sector and growing levels of employment and tourism. Number 1. St. Louis, Missouri. The most dangerous city in the United States is St. Louis, which recorded 282.29 violent crimes per 100,000 people in 2019. High levels of poverty and racial segregation are believed to be contributing factors. The homicide rate remains high, with 194 incidents recorded in 2019 alone. The situation was even worse in 2020, with rates reaching a 50-year high. St. Louis itself is a diverse city, located on the banks of the Mississippi River. It has a strong association with blues music as well as sports heritage and world-renowned cuisine. More recent statistics indicate that violent crime appears to be falling from recent peaks, with local police departments using new camera technology such as flock cameras.